Hi everyone, this is Sheila and we're about to do a stretch body awareness class. All right, we're starting on the floor. We're going to cross our right leg in front of our left, sitting up tall, get the divine flesh out from underneath us. And we're going to take little curves in our back. So we're curving our back out as we pull our abdominals in, allowing that spine to stretch out, lower spine, pushing through, rolling back up, shoulders stay down. Let's take 4 of those. So it's a wave-like action. And push through and roll up. 2 more. Let your head follow what that lower spine is making you do and come up. And let's take 1 more. And over to the back with that spine. Push through and roll up. Now we're going to make the head go forward. So we're rolling forward, feeling the fold in the front of the hips. Elbows go down. Heads are down. Let's take 4 deep breaths. Deep breath in. Exhale, inch the hands out, trying to get the spine a little bit farther over. Keeping the hips, the hip flexors being that focal point for your bend. Again, breath in. Exhale and reach. 3rd one, deep breath in. Exhale and reach with the hands, trying to fold yourself over a little bit more. And last time, deep breath in, exhale and reach. Now you should be feeling a stretch in the outside of your thighs, maybe through your spine. We're going to take the left hand and put it in front of us and angle the elbow down and take the right arm and twist up. And you're not going to be able to get very far. We're just starting to open up this spine and come down, bring that right arm down and lift the left up. And so you've got an elbow bent twist. You might find that you're able to do this twist more easily from one direction and twist up to the right. Good. And come down and twist and lift up. Good. And come down. We're going to take 2 more steps. So each time you're pressing down with the elbow that's on the floor and lifting up with that other arm, elbow up to the sky, up to the ceiling. Twist and come down. And here's our last one. We'll reach it up. Twist. Good. And come down and reach it up. Twist and come down. Now let's reach our arms out and see how far out we can get. You may find that you got a little farther out after making that twisting action in the spine. And then slowly roll up with your hands walking into an upright position. Excellent. Let's bring the legs together. Just shoot them in front for a moment. Beat the thighs out. And we're going to reverse this to the other side. So now your left leg is in front. Make sure that divine flesh is out from underneath. Backs are tall. And let's take those curves to the back. So we're taking those cat actions there. And then push through and roll up through the spine. And we have a total of 4. Here we go. Curving it to the back. And roll up and bring it to the front. 2 more. Curving it to the back. And roll up. And lengthen. Good. And once more. Curve it to the back. And pushing through, rolling, and coming to your upright position. And head goes down. We're rolling to the front. We're feeling the fold in the front of the hips, that hip flexor area. Elbows go down. Heads go down. You'll feel an increased stretch under the thigh as the leg that's in front. 4 breaths. Deep breath in. Exhale, reaching out and lengthening. 2nd breath. Here we go. Deep breath in. Exhale and reach. 3rd time. Deep breath in. Exhale and reach. And last time. Way up there, deep breath in, and then exhale as you reach out a little bit farther. You may find that you're a little farther out than you were on the other side, and that's because you've already stretched the spine out some. Now we're bringing our elbows back in, keeping the fold in that hip flexor area. Right elbow goes underneath you, and we're going to lift the left one up and feel that twist all the way through the spine and come down. Shifting to the other side, lift and twist. And because we're going to 2 different sides, you may find that, again, the sides don't feel quite as equally easy to get that elbow up. Making sure that you're really making that twist in the low spine there as you lift that elbow up. However, you may find that because this is the second time that we've done this action, you are able to lift that elbow up a little bit higher than the first time. Lift. Here's our third set. Good. And come down. And let's take that once more. Reach and lift. Good. And come down. And now we have the last one all the way up. Twist. Good. And come down. Let's reach those arms out once again and see if you find that you've been able to get a little farther over. And then walking the hands up as you roll the spine up to an upright position. Excellent. You should be really feeling that you got stretch in the back of those thighs there. Let's take our legs forward and point the feet. You may be able to really sit up nice and tall after that exercise. Flex the feet, rotate the feet out at the hips, and then rotate in. Good. And rotate out. Shift and make the other foot come in front as you go in. We have 2 more sets. Reach it out and shift the leg. Good. And reach it out and shift it. Excellent. Coming up right, let's push through into that point position. Arms come up. We're going to take a twist. So we're just building on that twist that we did with the spine. Back of the hand goes to the leg and allow the upper body to twist as far as it can go. Bringing the arms up, holding onto the abdominals, twist, and reach to the other side. Repeat. Lift, brace, and twist. And lift, brace, and twist. Now we're going to come into a flexed foot and up, and we're going to repeat that. Brace and twist. But now we're going to slide on a diagonal line, so we're folding from the hip flexors to the front. Now we're not going to go all the way down. We want to maintain a flat back in that twisted position, but you'll start to feel that stretch in the hamstring. Coming up, brace that arm and twist and allow that flat back to come forward with those flexed feet. So we're working through the hamstrings and the core and the lower back. Lift, let's take that again. And twist and come down. Good. And lift it up. Twist, brace it, and slide. Excellent. Good, coming up right. Again, beat those thighs out. And let's once again fold our legs. Divine flesh is out. We've got the right leg in front. Let's just work with the shoulders. We're going to lift them up. Press the right down and then the left down. Both up. And press the left down and the right. Repeat. Lift, right, down, left, and lift. Left, down, and right. Coming front. Right goes back, left goes back. Coming both front, left and right. Both go front, right, and left. Both go front, back, and back. Let's drop them and let's take some circles. So we're circling up and around and back. And push, lift, and back. Push it forward, up, and back. And forward, up, and back. Other side, and forward with the left, up, and back. And drop forward, lift, up, and back. 2 more. Coming to the front, lift, up, and back. And once more. Going forward, lift, up, and back. We're going to reverse that. So we have the right going back, lift, forward, and let the arm go with it, but you really are making sure that you've got the shoulder being the motivator for this circle. And out, up, and front, and back, lift, and front. Last side, going to the back, up, to the front, and down, and back, lift, up, and front. 2 more. To the back, lift, front, and down, and to the back, lift, front, and down. Excellent. Shimmy those shoulders out a little bit. Let's come back to a straight leg position. And let's work with our feet flexed. And we're trying to glue those legs together. Bringing the right hand down, put the elbow down, reach the left over. So now we're getting more of a side body stretch all the way through. We're going to lift the hip up. Inhale. Exhale and press down. And lift and up. And press hip down. 2 more. And lift up. Good. And press down and out, reaching out with that arm. Lift up, breathing, and hip down, and press. Now let's reach forward, feeling the crease in the fold of the hips. So now we're starting to engage those hamstrings there. And now we're going to go to the other side. So we've got the arm down, right arm up. Feel that stretch all the way through the hip there. Good. And lift the hip up as you inhale. Press the hip down and reach. Good. Lift it up. Breathing. And press and down. And lift it up. Hip comes in. And then it comes away. And last time, lift it up. Breathe. And reach it out. And press. Good. Once again, with our feet flexed, let's reach forward. See if you're really folding on the hips there. We're not asking you to go all the way down here. But really, let's just hold this for a second so we can feel that stretch that's happening in the hamstrings. Good. And then come over to the other side. Good. With the feet pointed, we're going to swing forward. Now I want you to try and go lower. You might not get all the way down to your face to your knees, but let that head drop down, swing. And again, we're really focusing on swinging from the hip flexors there. And you're going to find as we go from one side to the other that you really are feeling the stretch go around to the lower spine. And it will be moving from one side to the other. You're going to feel the stretch in the opposite direction from where your top arm is. Reach, and we're going to take this one more time. Good. And swing, breathe, reach to the side, and swing. Reach, breathe, and to the side. Good. Pushing up. Let's come back in. We're going to bring our knees together and start working a little bit in the hips. So if you have problems with your knees, you might want to pad your knees there with an extra padding there. But we're going to just sit and press down. And you can reach out and then come up. And it's a little controlled fall here. And press down. So we're just starting to talk to those hips, going side to side. And press down. And lift up. And slide, press down. Excellent. Coming back upright once more. Let's open this leg out, right leg out. And you will feel a little opening here and feel some of the stretch. And we're going to increase that. So we're going to press out. And allow the knee to roll, feeling inside the thigh, get a stretch there, and come up. 4 in the stretching. Stretch it out. Good. And lift it up. And press it out. And lift it up. And press out. Good. And lift it up. Bringing that leg back in. Let's stick the other leg out. Make sure you've got this one rotated out, this one straight forward. Pressing out through that hip. Notice where you're feeling the stretch. And lift. Both legs will get a bit of a stretch, but they're going to be in different positions, different places. And lift. And press it out. And lift. And press it out. Good. And lift it up. Bringing that knee back in. And now let's reach our arm down and the other arm up. Now you're going to get a little tilt through those hips, and I'm going to ask you to accentuate that. So as you press the hips out, you're going to bring this arm over. So you're going to find you get more of a side body stretch. Coming up, using the abdominals to help you come up and switch to the other side. So you're pressing out through that hip as this arm reaches over. And grab the abdominals to help you come up, press out, and lift. And press that hip out to the side as the arm goes over. We have 2 more sets. Up, letting the head go with you, reach, and breathe, and reach. Excellent. We have one more. Up and push it out. Good. And up and push it out. Let's come upright. Excellent. From here, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what we're doing. I'm going to put my hands on the back. Then we're going to take some opening for the front of the chest area. So from here, deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to press back with our shoulders. Keep the hips going forward to open up that front chest area and shoulder blades squeeze together. And come upright. Still some abdominal work helping you to come up. And press and push. Opening up the front of the body. And lift. Again, press and push. Good. And come upright. And here's the last one. And press and push. Good. And come up. Now we're going to take a twist here. And this might feel quite intense. Keeping the hips where they are. You're going to twist and drop your front arm to your back heel there. So we're getting this twist. Try to keep the hips forward. Good. This will be an opening on a diagonal. Come upright. Other side. Twist. Keeping the shoulders open, hips forward. You're leaning back and letting your upper body go. And come upright. We're going to repeat that a number of times. So hand crosses over to the opposite heel as you twist and lift. Breathe. And cross, twist, arcing the hips forward. Chest is opening up. Good. And lift. Let's take it with an additional arm there. So from here, we're going to twist, arc, and now let's reach this arm behind you. So we're increasing that diagonal stretch. Allow the arm to help you come up. Bring it behind, twist, reach this arm up. Feel that hand going to the heel. And twist. You might be feeling like your legs are getting some work here too. And twist, reach, arm goes up, leaning back. Good. And up. Last time. Twist, reach, arm goes down, out and stretch. Good. And come upright. All right, let's sit down because that was quite an intense opening there. Let's bring our legs out in front of us and take the opposite movement. The flesh is out, feet are pointed, arms come up. We're going to take a forward fold. So we're going all the way out. We start with that flat back, and then we allow the arms to come down and the body to come over. Head is loose. And let's take little pulses. Now you're going to be nice and gentle. Your pulses are coming from the hip flexor. If you feel like you don't want to do the pulses, you can just hold. But I don't want you to put it into your lower back. That's not where the pulse comes from. So we're going to take 8, feet are pointed, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to get the chest to the thighs more. 6, 7, and 8. Reaching the arms up. We're going to stretch that front arm to the back, and we have an open position. Your backs are still straight. And let's add a little bit of a shoulder here. So we've got some action happening in core with that twist. So from here, shoulder rolls forward as the head comes forward. Roll it to the back as the head goes back. Repeat. Roll it front. Roll it back. You still have pointed feet. 2 more. Roll it front. And roll it back. Good. And roll it front. And roll it back. Good. Bring the arms down. Let's bring them up. And let's take that fold once more. Lift up out of the hips as you go into that flat back position. We're going all the way over. We eventually allow the hands to come down. Head goes down. Allow that to nicely settle there. You're increasing the hamstring stretch, but you may feel this in your spine as well. And then reach the arms up, lift. And from here, we're going to twist. So now the back arm goes to the behind you. And you're looking to behind. Your backs are straight, even though they're twisted. And then we're going to roll that back, shoulder forward as head comes forward, and then roll it to the back. Roll it to the front, and roll it to the back. Roll it to the front, shoulders stay down. Roll it to the back, and last time, roll it to the front. Excellent. and roll it to the back. Bringing the arms up and breathe. And let's just go all the way over as far as we can this time, lifting up, out, and over and down. Letting that head be loose. Let's shake that head out. No. And yes. And no. And yes. Maintaining our position here. Let's take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to inch the fingers forward as we try and flex those heels out to add to the hamstring stretch. So your body will be lowering a little bit more. Breath in. Push through the feet, ball, foot, and point. Breath in. Exhale, flex the feet out as you inch the hands forward a little bit more and settle into that additional stretch. Good. Breath in. Exhale, ball of foot and point. Let's take that again. Deep breath in. Flex out through the heels, inch the hands forward. And just hold for a moment, easing out that additional stretch in the hamstrings and then the spines. Now, keeping our bodies right where they are, we're going to now point and flex each foot individually. So your front leg is going to point as the back one flexes. Now I want both of them to come to the ball of the foot position where they'll meet. And then they transfer and you get a complete point on the back foot and a flex on that front foot. Again, they meet at the ball of the foot, pressing down, and then shift. And one flexes and one points as you continue to stretch over your legs. Ball of the feet together and shift and flex. Ball of the feet, shift and one flexes, one points. You're gradually lowering your body down. Last set. Ball of the feet both, and the front leg is flexing, the other one is pointing as you deepen the stretch. And last set. Both ball of the feet, and then front foot points and back leg flexes. And you should feel like your body has gradually gotten quite a bit over there, over the legs there. Point the feet, drop the heads down. Reach the arms out and come up right. Let's bring the legs in. And we're going to start to do some abdominal work and let our arms help us. So our backs are nice and tall here. We're going to go into that C curve as the arms go down. Lift the arms up and down and up and down. Lift them up and down and up and down. Pushing through the hips, roll and bring the arms back up. This time we're going to flex our hands and repeat the whole thing. So we're curving and allowing our arms to come down, engaging the abdominals, keeping that C curve. Lift in this flex position down and lift and down. Good. Lift and down and up and down. Push through, lift, and come up right. Let's come into a fisted position with our hands and our elbows bent. We're going to go back into that C curve, holding the abdominals, making sure that you really are letting that back go out as you engage the abdominals. And here we're going to take some twists. So we have twist to the front and to the back. Your knees are staying still. They're your anchor. Twist and twist. Keep going. Twist it and twist and twist. Excellent. And twist. Come back to your center. Push through that lower back. Let's bring our arms up once more. And then we're going to come back into that position. Fists, bend the elbows, and press into your C curve again. And we're going to maintain our position here as we twist our arms and our upper torso to the front. And we're going to lift the elbows and the hands up and down. Really getting into the obliques there. And down. You might really be feeling this. Lift and down. Good. Lift and down. Let's come over to the other side, still holding on to those abdominals. Here we go. Up and down. Shoulders stay down. Lift and down. Two more. Lift and down and lift and down. Come back to center. Push through that lower back. Lift up. And hands come to the knees. Let's stretch those legs out once again. Flex the feet, hands are behind, and we're going to push that front heel and hip forward and shift and change. So we're just integrating what we did so that the body has a little bit of a rest and has a chance to put it all together. And out and shift. And last time, push it out, way out there, and shift. Excellent. Coming back to neutral position, we're going to, again, get the divine flesh out from underneath us. We're going to kind of combine the hamstring work and the twisting work that we've been doing. So we're going to reach the back hand over and bring it to the top of the toes, trying to fold right there from the hips there, and reach this front arm up and twist to the back. So you're going to find that you get the twisting action, but you may also get some more stretch on the hamstring of the leg that's flexed and we're holding on to. And then come up and let's switch. So hand comes over, fold from the hips there, flat back, lift, twist, and reach behind. One side might feel a little more intense than the other. Good. And come up right, and let's take it to the other side. Hand, folding from the hips, reach the arm up, feel that twist, pulling on the foot so you can add to the hamstring stretch as you reach the arm behind. Good. And come up, other side. Hand, flat back, folding the hips, up, twist, and reach. Good. Coming up right. Now we're going to take a variation from that, but let's circle the feet just to give the feet a break. So we're circling outside, backs are nice and tall. You're thinking of the big toe as the leader in this circling here. And then let's reverse that so that the little toe is getting some stretch there. Good. All the way around. Breathing. All the way into those ankles. So you really ease out any tension you might have held there. Good. Let's take one more circle. Good. And then just beat the thighs. Okay. Reset. Divine flesh out. Flex the foot. We're going to reach the opposite hand over to that front leg, keeping the back straight. And now, as we reach that arm forward, we're going to lift the leg up as well and twist. And you find that your upper body can go to the back a little bit more, and you may find you get more of a stretch on that hamstring. And then lower it down and come up right. Reset, hand out, folding from the hips, reaching arm forward, and then pull the leg up. The other leg is your anchor. Reach, twist, see how far back you can get to open up more in that twist. And a hamstring stretch. Good. And come forward. Let that leg come down. Resettle. Up. Flat. Reach. Lift. Press down with the anchor leg and see if you can get a little farther back there. Beautiful. And then come down. Reset. Lift up. Hand. Fold from the hips. Reach arms up and around as that leg comes up and you lean to the back. Good. Feeling that good twist that happens there in that spine. And then come back down and lift up. Good. Let's bend our knees. Come a little bit closer to this end of the mat. Backs are straight. And you're going to roll all the way down through our spine, holding on to the backs of the knees if you want to shift the arms and come all the way down. So your spine is on the floor, arms out. Let's take some little rocks through our hips here. So we're going to rock through the hip, making our tailbone go down, our navel up to the ceiling, so we have a little arch in that lower spine. So this is really corresponding to what a cow would be, cow in yoga position would be. And then roll, and then push the opposite direction, letting the knees open to the side and come up. So you can press that back of the navel down to the floor, and your tailbone will be up and your inside thighs are open there a little bit. Push the heels down and out. We're going to now go back into the other position. So your legs are now gone into a parallel position, really feeling that space through that lower back, and then press down, open the knees, and let that lower back be on the floor. Tailbone comes up. Your upper spine is going to reflect this as well. Pushing out, come back to parallel with the legs and arch that lower back. Maybe you can really arch it up even more. And then open Press that back down. You have to press through the abdominals, lift the tailbone off as you press that lower back into the floor, opening up. Excellent. And here's our last time. Here we go. Legs are parallel, arch. Good. So it's lower back that we're working with. And press and open the knees and get the tailbone off. Good. Coming back into a parallel position, we're going to now work with the upper spine, and we're going to come up through to an upright position through that spine. So we start with that arch. Hands go behind, arching all the way up. Feet are pointed to help anchor you. And then let's roll back down through the spine. So this does involve the abdominals, but we're working that upper spine now. Arch, lift, coming up, and roll down. Using the abdominals to help you, and come down. 2 more. Arch. You can use your hands to slide on the floor to help you into that arch. Good. And roll down. Press. Excellent. And then let's take 1 more. And roll up. Breathe. All the way up. And roll down. Really utilizing all the different ways that the spine can work there. Good. Let's beat the thighs out, relax the feet for a moment, and we'll take an intense stretch in the hamstring for yourself. So feet are back into parallel position, legs are straight, knee comes in, other leg is straight. Taking a deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to stretch that leg up. So we've got a nice long line there. And then bend the knees in. Breathing, exhale, extend, trying to make the lower leg lift up beyond the trajectory of that knee. And 2 more, bend it in. So we're trying to make this lower part of the leg not backtrack with that knee. We want to keep the knee where it is and lift up from there. So we're increasing that stretch. Bottom leg is staying nice and anchored and pointed. And here's our last one, bend the knee in and exhale. And stretch it up. Good. Hopefully you've increased that stretch. We're going to flex out through both feet, pressing the heels away from each other. Good. And then point the feet. Let's take 1 more flex. We're going to hold that. And now you're going to have to adjust your position. Bring your leg a little bit closer to your head if it has slid off to the side towards your elbow. And you're going to hold on with the same leg as the foot that's up there, and you're going to have your other hand down on the floor to help balance you. And without anything else moving, in other words, your hips don't slide over to the side, you're going to open that leg. So we're getting a deep stretch in the inside thigh there. Good. And then bring that leg back up into that parallel position. We're going to take 4 of those all together. So we're opening out, and you might find that that hip rotates out a little bit. That's fine. You're feeling that stretch, but your bottom leg is parallel. And then when you bring this leg back up, it comes to a parallel position. We have 2 more. Legs might be shaking. And open and stretch, making sure the rest of your body is anchored right where it is and doesn't try and follow that leg over to the side. And come up. And here's our 4th one. We'll reach it out, stretch. And to the side. Good. And coming back up to the front. Let's push through into a pointed foot. And once again, see if we can bring that leg a little closer to us to increase that stretch. Bend that knee in. Excellent. And slide it out. It should feel different than the one that we haven't worked with. Let's roll over to the side, into your side lie. Roll up. And we'll take that to the other side. So here we go. Let's start back to where we were. Divine flesh is out from underneath us here. Backs are straight. And we're just rolling down through that spine. Good. Reaching out. Feet are pointed. Legs are parallel. Bring that. Now, new front leg into the chest. Feeling that knee go to the chest. Grab and hold the foot and extend the lower leg. So we're increasing that stretch. Reaching out. So it's a good hamstring stretch. Bottom leg is anchoring there. And bend in. And exhale. And reach. Good. And bend it in. Inhale. Exhale. Lifting it up. really extending out with that lower leg. And last time, bending in, hugging that knee to the chest. Exhale, reach and lengthen. Good. Flexing out through the heel, pressing out through that heel in both directions, so you're increasing the stretch there. Good. Now we're going to shift and make sure that you've got the same hand as foot coming up and around. Other arm is to the side. Legs are straight. We're pushing out through the heels. And now we're going to open that leg out to the side. And as I said on the other side, you may find that the hip rotates out. That's fine. But the bottom leg is staying parallel. And then when you come back in again, you bring that leg back into a parallel position. Repeat, opening it out, stretch, and reach. Really increasing that inside thigh stretch there. And coming up, bringing that leg back into a parallel position over your head. And 2 more. Breathe, lengthen, and out. And bringing it back in. Bringing it into a parallel position, coming close over to your head so you can really feel that stretch that's happening on hamstring. Here's the last time. Out, over, and breathe. Good. And lift it up. Coming back over to the top of your head. And with this flex position, let's try and re-grab the foot somehow and bring that leg up high a little bit more to increase that stretch. As I said, your leg might be shaking because it's getting a big stretch there. Push through into the point. Bring that knee into the chest. Hug it in. Let the leg go to the side. And let's roll to your side. Lie on this side. And then come up to a sitting position. Okay, so we're going to do a little work using our hands and knees position here. And again, we're going to be doing some twists here. So let's start with a good flat back, and we're going to lift up that front leg. And it's a bent position. We're rotating it out so you feel that in the hip. And let's just take that a couple of times. So we're going down to the parallel and rotate out. And parallel and rotate out. Good. And parallel and rotate out. Come back to your parallel. Let's put that foot down. Let's take it to the other side. Feet are pointed, lifting that leg up. Rotate that hip out. So you're getting stretch in the hip there and feeling a twist in the lower body. And come back to parallel. And rotate it out. And parallel. And rotate it out. And last time, parallel. You might be feeling this in your glutes. And rotate it out. Excellent. Come back to parallel and bring that knee down. Let's just go back to child's pose for just a moment. So we're stretching out. Take a deep breath in. And let's have both arms inch out a little bit so you feel a stretch in the armpit and upper rib area. Keeping the elbows down. So we're just kind of lengthening out in that inner armpit, upper rib side of the body area. And then release it. Let the body go down. Let's take that once more. Deep breath in. As we exhale, reach those hands out. See how far you can get them. You're not really straightening the arms completely, but we're trying to really create length in that sort of very peculiar area from upper arm, armpit to the tops of the ribs there. Good. And release and let go. Come back up to your hands and knees position. Okay, so we're going to accelerate that twisting action by lifting the leg up on the front, rotate it up, flex that foot, and now drive the heel behind you. So you're really getting a twist through the hips, but your upper body is going to twist too. And then we're going to bring that knee over to our shoulder. Good. And bring it behind and across and twist. Really see how far out you can get there. And bring it over to the shoulder. And breathe, press, and back. And bring it in, breathe, and come in. Make sure you're using your abdominals too. And that foot is flexing. We're driving that heel behind. So we're really twisting through that mid back and lower back area. as well as the hips. And here's our last one. Come front. Good. And press, push, and twist. How far back can you get that? Good. Coming back to your neutral position. Come back into your parallel position. Point the foot and bring the leg down. And let's go back into child's pose. That's a lot of work on that hip. Just ease it off. Breathe. And then come back up. Here we go to the other side. So we're bringing that back leg up, flexing the foot, rotating it out. And now we're pushing that heel away. So you get to see it in the opposite direction here. But you can see that the heel is reaching way out. Hips twist, upper body twist. And then we bring that knee as we hold up the abdominals to the shoulder. And press, breathe, push, out. And coming front, bringing the knee to that shoulder. And press it back, push, reach it behind. And come in, bringing the knee to the shoulder. We have one more. And press it out all the way, trying to feel that twist through that mid, lower back area and hip. Good. And coming back into that shoulder area. And then come back to your neutral position here with that first twist. Come back to parallel, point the foot, bring the foot down, and let's go back into child's pose. Take a couple of breaths here. Yeah. Coming back up to hands and knees. And you might want to walk yourself a little bit over to the front of this mat. And we're going to start again. We're going to take some butt mauls, which again is going to be working with a lot of the areas that we have just been working with. And so we start with this nice flat back, abdominals engaged. We're going to press that front foot out. Now it's in parallel position, foot is pointed. We're going to rotate it out and try and lift up with our upper torso. And we're going to let the leg come up and down. And it's in a rotated position. You may not feel like you're getting very high. That's okay. And down. So we're engaging the hips, the glutes in that rotated position. And lift and down. And lift and down. And lift it up and down. And lift and down. Good. Come into the parallel position. And then knee comes down. Shoot the other leg out. Turn it out. Once again. Here we go. Lift and down. And it's a rotated leg. Down. Try and keep that knee straight. Lift and down. In fact, keeping that knee straight is more important than how high that leg can go. Down. 3 more. Up and down. Breathe up and down. Excellent. Up and down. And lift and down. Bring it back into parallel. Knee bends. Drop back into child's pose. Rock slightly forward. Curl the toes under. And we're going to go into a down dog. So press the heels down. Stretching out the heels. And we're going to take another lift with the legs after all this stretching we've done in this position, but all the way up to the ceiling. So our heels are down. We're going to point that front foot, rotate it out, lift it up as high as you can, all the way up there. Good. Now working with that foot, we're going to flex out through that top foot, push through and point, and flex, push through and point, and flex, push through and point. Last time, flex, push through and point. Coming down, at some point you're going to go into a parallel position, curl the toe under, and go back into and reset that down dog. Pressing the heels down. You've got a long back there, and your heels are helping to stretch out that hamstring. And then we're going to start with the back leg. So we're going to point that foot, lift it up. It's parallel, then it rotates out. Bring it up as high as you can. You're trying to reach to the ceiling or beyond if you can. And we're going to flex that foot out. Push through and point. And flex. Push through and point. Flex it out. Push through and point. Last set. And flex. Push through and point. Bringing that leg back down, it comes into a parallel position. Let the toe curl under, and you're back into your down dog position. Good, maybe this time you can feel the heels going down a little bit more. And then let's just bring the knees down, pressing through the toes to get a little stretch in the hamstring. And let's scoot forward, and let's sit up. And work more with that inside thigh. So we're going to open both legs to the position that works for you. Divine flesh is out from underneath. So you really feel like you are not curving under with that spine. Legs are rotated out. Excellent. And let's just take some slides over. So here we go. We did this at the beginning of class, feet are pointed, and we worked with that hip lifting up. Let's take that again, but we had our legs in front of us. So we're lifting this hip up in this open position, and then pressing the hip down as we reach the arm across and over a little bit more. And lift the hip up, inhale, exhale, and reach. Repeat, lift that hip up, inhale, exhale, and reach way out there, and lift the hip up, inhale, exhale, and reach. Hand comes down, roll the spine up, and let's go to the other side. Arm goes over, this arm is coming up and over to the side. Establish this position first. And then we're lifting the hip off the floor and pressing it down. Opposite hip as you reach that arm over more. Good. Lift the hip off. Inhale, exhale, and press down. 2 more. Lifting the hip off. Inhale, exhale, press and reach way out there. And lift the hip off. Good. And exhale and reach. Bringing the hand down, rolling up. Let's reach over to the side once more and flex that foot, making our hands go to the foot, opposite hip stays on the floor, point the foot. So we're just sliding from one direction to the other. Flex, reach, opposite hip stays on the floor, touching the toes. Coming up, switch, reach, and out. And coming up, switch, reach, and flex. Keeping the hips on the floor. Good. Coming up right. Backs are straight. Let's take a plain forward fold. So from here, backs lift, heads go down, slide, roll. Legs stay out. We're going to the elbow and then reaching out the arms as far as we can. Really feeling that inside thigh, get a good stretch there. We're going to take 4 deep breaths. Inhale, exhale, reach the hands forward, letting the heads be nice and loose. Again, breathe forward. Inhale, exhale. You might turn your head to the side to lower it a little bit more, if that works for you, if that feels more comfortable. I'm actually doing it so that my voice doesn't muffle that much. Deep breath in, exhale, and you can, if you are turning your head, you might want to turn from one side to the other. Really lowering the upper body over, feeling the inside thighs get that great stretch. And here's our last one. Deep breath in and exhale and reach. Feeling everything moving out in different directions. Legs go to the sides, upper body is going to the front. You're making an upside down T shape here. Excellent. And then revert to getting your head face forward, in line with your spine, so your face might be facing the floor, and then rolling and walking up through the spine to an upright position. Good. Let's bring the legs together and shake them out. We've done a great job. We've done some more difficult kind of stretches today. So let's point our feet, getting the divine flesh out, and reach the arms out. Breathing in, clasping the hands together, and then bringing the hands to your heart chakra and giving thanks to your body. I hope you've enjoyed this class, and if you have, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you'll get to see any more videos that I make. Take care.